Hey everyone, 30 minutes left in our trading day. Let's take a look at what's happening in the market today. Let's also take a look at what's happening in some of our options. How they're performing, and let's understand more importantly what's going on with Nvidia and how that's trading. Let's see how Tesla is trading. Let's take a look at the market. So the market right now is doing pretty good, as you could see. We are up. Well, no, it's not doing good. It's actually down. But who cares? At this point, what we're looking for is some opportunities. Now, obviously, as you could see, there's some tremendous amount of opportunity in the market. In terms of top gainers today, I mean, Hyde, AMC, but who cares about those names right now? Let's more importantly take a look at what the heck is going on with Nvidia, right? So Nvidia is right here, 0.89%. Hasn't been done too well right now. Let's take a look at the chart. So if you take a look at the Nvidia chart, this is live charts right now. It's around 3:30. So we have another 30 minutes to go. So let's see how it behaves. Let's try to understand Nvidia. Now, as you could see, since this morning, if I take a look really, if I go back at the 10 a.m. call, the 10 a.m. Right, so basically from 10 a.m. we shut up right away. Okay, so what we're looking for really is we're looking out for opportunity. Well, hold on, this is 10 a.m. This is what happened since this morning, right? This is purely, as I always said in my discussion all the time, this is purely price risk. We are purely looking at the risk of the price moving up and down. We're not too concerned. This is for our day traders or expected day traders. We're not really looking for news. We're not looking for the credit side of things, because as we could see, and everything that we see all of the time, this thing is not the most efficient process. What I mean by that is that whenever you have news in the market and you have the credit risk interacting with each other, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're correlated. It doesn't mean that one is causing the other, right? So let's remember one thing. We're not trying to predict the market. We're simply trying to take advantage of it. Now, can you take advantage of the market on a name like Nvidia? Of course you can. What do you mean? Well, look. This is a 50-day moving average, right? It's been kind of wobbling all along. But what you could see is our stock is going up and down and up and down all around the moving average. So, I don't know. Okay, here we go. From this morning 10 a.m. to now, it started very well. We opened at 106, we're at 107. So the market, the stock is up. But you could see the way it trades, right? You see the way it trades. It trades like it's not so sure what's happening to it. It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. Now, we went as far as 1 point between. We opened at 106. We pointed to 107. You want to make $1? You want to make $500 today? Just buy 500 shares of this thing. 500 shares, about $100. That would have cost you $50,000. Okay. You want to make $100? Take 10,000 and go in at 106 and get out at 107. Simple as that. Now, let's try to understand the trend here. Let's try to understand some of the opportunities that we could take, and we could see that this name is quite volatile during the day. Right? We're opening at 108. 109. Whenever we cross, let's try to understand the relationship between the price movement, right, the stock price movement, and the 50-day moving average. Let's see if there's a relationship there. Well, as you could see, it's tend to move along the 20-day moving average pretty well, right? It's sticking around to it. It's sticking around. Is this true if I go back further in time? Yeah, look at that, 20-day moving average. It's following the 20-day moving average. If I look since August, look at that. The 50-day moving average is here. It drops, it goes back up again. It's really. So if you stick to the 50-day moving average as an opportunity or potential opportunity, you may not be disappointed here. So let's take a look very closely at what happened, right? So let's say I want to take this opportunity. So now, obviously, you could see this thing is going to head south. Take a look very closely at 107.03. right? So this is the first time it has gone up so far. I would expect it to start dropping here. Look, 107.32, 107.34. We're still trading 107.32. We're buying. Oh, here we go. Look what's happening. Here, look what's happening. Look at the loss. Look at the loss coming up. Did I tell you? Look. Let me blow it up for you a little bit so you can see closer. All right. Look. Look, 107, 429, 107.28. Okay. Now we're gonna take another loss here. We're gonna take another loss. Here comes the other loss coming up. Look. It's gonna try to get close to the 20-day moving average. You see that? Look carefully. Look, I'm right over here. I'm looking here, right? I'm here. Okay, look at this. Look. Look, you see this? I'm right here. Look. Right here. Look what's happening. Expect some red. Expect some red. And this is kind of how you trade, right? You're trying to pick up on a trend. You're trying to pick up on a move. And I mean, it comes with experience. But look carefully. It's gonna come closer and closer to the session here. This is a minute live view of 107.31. Look at it. Here we go. 107. Here we go. That's it. See it. As you could see, look at the story. Look at from this morning. We'll come back to it in a few seconds. But look, from this morning, we've been trending down, like at 3 p.m. Right? You see, there's lots of consecutive gains here. We are gonna head back towards it lacks the 22 moving average. Look, here we go. So while this is doing, what we're going to do is we are going to take a look at what's going on with Nvidia. We'll come back to this guy. So anything that we need to know about Nvidia. Let's take a look at our portfolio. Let's add it to this. Let's add it. All right, Nvidia, boom, here we go. So what we have, column DA begins to leak out of the overinflated AI bubble. Index mix as job report looms. Obviously, we're concerned about what's going to happen. There will be a buyout, a dip in Nvidia. So CNBC is saying they like this thing. What are they looking for? That's kind of a positive news. All right, well, okay, so this is a video. We're not done to watch a video, but basically, I'll be buy off the dips in Nvidia. So killer quarter is worth talking about. So that's positive. Positive is no longer perfect. That's negative. So let's start again. The A begin to leak out, -1. Index is me, okay. I will be a buy of the dip, +1, so 0. Nvidia killer is worth talking about, +1 is no longer perfect, -1, so we're down to 0. Nvidia is navigating one of the most turbulent water, -1. Taiwan company and NASDAQ you should have not missed. Says creating government efficiency commission. Okay. SBA flashes warning ahead of key jobs. Future tied to LLM and gaming despite AI capex remains a sector favorite, +1. LLM is large language models, by the way. Basically, you tell it to do something and it's going to do it for you. Midday stock movers. Falls 5,000 on cooling job data. They're worrying about the stock. So the news are kind of mixed right now for our friend Nvidia. Let's go back to the charts to see. What did I tell you? Look. See what's happening here? Look. Look at all the red dots. And we are trading down again. Now, these are two separate things, right? So here we're red. So now we're really in the red. Okay? So expect this to happen. What this means is that, and we have to learn how to trade this thing, and we have to learn to understand it. But basically, as you could see, it will tend to move around the 20-day moving average. That means as basically it's looking for direction, right? Here we go. It's going to keep going down and down and down, as I said before. What this really means is that it's looking for direction. So how do you benefit from something like that? Well, you could go with the stocks, but to make a difference, you have to make since $100 a share. I mean, how much you want to make money? You want to make $100 a day? Well, then you have to, $100 a day means that you would have to buy about 100 shares. 100 shares of this thing to make $100. 100 shares at about $100. That's 100. That's 1,000. That's 10,000. So you need $10,000 to play around with the thing. Here we go. Look, if you have listened to me, we already made 30 cents, 2 stars. You made $30 already on $10,000. Now, of course, you could play around with. Here we go, $30. Here we go. We're down a full 30 cents. Look at that. Right, so we're making $30. Yeah, is there an easier way to make $30 in what? Not even 5 minutes. That's not too bad. $30 in 5 minutes. That's $150 an hour. I mean, but the only thing is you have to watch this thing like a hawk. Now, of course, this is a little bit different departure from what I've been talking about. I've been mostly focusing on the credit. Here we go, 106.3. See what I mean? Look what's happening. Now, that is not going to last too long. So get ready to get back into it at. I would say 106.9. Watch out for the rebound. Watch out for the rebound. Boom, here we go. You see? Here comes the rebound. And the reason you have the rebound is because not so sure. It's going to hesitate. You see, you need the same way you need to understand the credit. You also need to understand the credit risk. You need to understand, you understand the price risk. And the price risk really is a very specific item, right? Because you need to get a feel for what it does. The same way you need to understand the name, you need to understand the way it trades, you need to understand what the company does for a living. You also need, when you look at these type of day trading stuff, you need to understand what the company actually, how the price, here we go, here's a green that the green is coming up any minute now. You need to understand how it trades. And frankly, this is more having to do with trends. Obviously, you need to be in a very comfortable trend. And we're in a comfortable trend right now because there's a lot of uncertainty, right? It's not like we don't like it completely, like earlier this time. Now we kind of like it and we don't like it. We like it, we don't like it. So we're going to see a little bit of both. You could see it wants to take off again. There's about 15 minutes left on the trading cycle. Hopefully this is good information for you that you could use, that you could understand. I'm not telling you to buy Nvidia. This is purely for entertainment purposes, but I want to explain to you, I want to teach you, so that you could understand, how to deal with this thing. Look at this. It's all the way down as I expected it. I bet you, I don't think we're going to close above the closing price today. What did we open up? We opened at about 106. So we're going to do a bunch of things. We should be up. There's a lot of things happening for this stock, a lot of positive things. But the point is, you see what's happening here? Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. We're getting further away from the 20-day moving average. The more do you stay away from the 20-day, the more we're moving away from the 20-day moving average, the more likely it is that we're going to go back at it again. That's the trend that I'm seeing right now. This is not what's going to happen all of the time, right? And this is where Nvidia. Come on, guys. It's a great company. Okay. Let's understand. Let's take a look at this stock again, so we better understand it, right? So Nvidia is right here. What are we doing with this thing? Well, Nvidia semiconductor. Look at this. This is from December. We were doing a bunch of things. We were doing great. March, April, May, June. And then in June, we really took off. And then sometime in July, we start to go south. Now, interesting enough, that is about the same time when Warren Buffett decided to unwind his position. And he's sitting about, $300 billion of treasury. He sold all of his Intel position. All of his BofA position and all of his Apple position, right? Very coincidental. I'm not saying he knew something, but the point is that he's out there doing his thing and he's doing it very well, I must say. And you could see that. Look what's happening to the stock. Now, from since June, the trend has been down, obviously, right? Because if you look at the 20-day moving average, you see that purple line here, how it's going this way and that way, and then it's kind of like, oh, here we go. Now it's moving around the 20-day moving average, and the reason it's doing that is because it's looking for direction. It's concerned. Why is it looking for direction? Well, let's take a look at the P ratio. The P ratio is at 50 right now. I mean, right? That's a pretty high number. The market is around 36, so that's high. But this is 20 P for for now, right? Earnings per share is at 2.13. But look what's happening for next year. The earnings per share for next year is 4. So technically speaking, you're not looking at 50. You're really looking at a P ratio of 26. On that basis, you are kind of undervalued. Okay, and this is the reason why I'm talking about this, right? You guys see this? The earnings per share next year is $4, and right now it's 2. The reason they arrive at 50 is because they take the 2, they multiply by 50, that gives you about $100 for the stock price. Now the forward P is basically the estimate for next year. Now these guys might be totally off, but I mean the earnings per share this year is up 117%. Next year it's up to be 42%. Say, well, you know what? You're not growing as much, therefore 26 is more, what you should have. Well, I don't know. I mean, we could discuss all day around the P ratio, but a P of 26, technically, that's undervalued to me. I know it went up a lot. I know the P ratio is 50 right now, but this company is probably going to make $4 earnings per share next year. So next year's P ratio is going to be 26. Now, obviously, you don't want to wait next year to figure out whether or not you're right or not, because you know what? It'd be too late. Everybody would have bought on it. But look at the earnings per share year to date, last 12 months, 415%. Sales, 194%. Sales up. I mean, these are fantastic numbers. Yeah, I know, but the stock has been up quite a bit as well. Has it? Well, look, from the 52-year week low is up 172%. Okay, year to date. I know, but look at those numbers. These are incredible numbers. And you really can't do anything without in AI without Nvidia. I mean, I know I'm talking along about the name. It sounds a bit boring, but frankly, you need to get into the weeds. You need to understand what you're buying. That is what you're buying. Let's go back to the price risk and let's see how our name is doing here. Let's get back to the 1 minute before closing and see how she's doing here. Look. Let's see, look. Let's look at the chart. I like this chart better. It's going to give you more price. Remember where we were? We looked at it before. Huh? Look at that. 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 We went all the way here. And now obviously we're hitting more green. Green means it's going up. Up, down, up, up. We're back up again. It wants to say hello to that green to 20-day moving average. Here we go. Come on, you could do it. Now, is it going to go through it? I'm not so sure. I don't think there's that much time left. There's about 10 minutes left. But look, that's a nice little jump back to 106. I think the stock is going to finish and it's going to finish higher. That is for sure. Now, how much higher? I mean, higher from the close, which is 106. Okay, and volume is pretty decent. So, and obviously look, it's getting closer back to the, see what's happening? This is amazing. I love this stuff. Look at that. It's getting back to its line. Now, if you had done it properly and you had, you could have been there. So you like this? So the way you do it is that you learn what happens, and then next time around this happens, then you trade on this kind of stuff. So you were here, and you end up here. So you take 107 all the way down to 106, almost $1. Right? If you have enough money here, you certainly could take a plunge and make $100 very quickly right there. You buy here and you sell there. On option, it's a little bit more complicated because the bid and ask is pretty wide, so it may not be as the bid and ask is basically what people are willing to buy versus people are willing to sell it for, so you got to be kind of careful. And here we go, and we should be heading back up, hopefully in the next 9 minutes. Let's kind of play around. This was a good move. See right there, that was a fantastic move here. I was there when I was telling you about it, and we went all the way here. I like that. We're probably going to we're not going to go any lower. I don't think so. I think either we stay here or we go move higher. But let's see what happens. You know, this is actual live trading. This is actually Nvidia live trading with me. And that's why I guess we call it the smart investor. What do you mean, Red? Hold on. Take it easy, buddy. At the end of the day, what you want really is you want to be able to understand how the name trades. Now, this is way, way, way down. Now, of course, let's make sure we don't have some stupid news that's bothering us at the last minute. I don't think we do. We got 200 points again. The fund has gross fears simmer ahead of a major job report. Take it easy. This is just a reason for you to lose an opportunity to make some money. Now, of course, what they're talking about is the ADP change, actual expected. The initial claims was today, 227 expected. Continuing claims, productive rate of revenue. These are all the things today. Look, ISM non-manufacturing index was 51%, which is above 50%, which is always good. I mean, not everything is obviously important. Let's take a look at our portfolio again. Let's take a look at Nvidia. What is Nvidia saying? Market Navigator, 333 and ASAC you should not have missed. I don't think anybody inside money. Let's see. You should not have missed. Artificial intelligence is a new buzzword. Its surge funding reflects a strong belief that it doesn't have an potential. Some sector hedge fund interest has increased in the past few months. Bridgewater is an opinion the impact is undeniable. I mean, this is going to be a big thing. Don't think because people don't like it that you should not like it either. This is going to be pretty. Look at that. Look at that. 106. This looks green to me, man. Let us go back in the chart and take a look at what's going on here. Let's look at the final trading moments. Right. All right. So red and more green than red. Yeah, we had a big red one before we left you, and then it's back up. It's back as well. We should have a green. This should be green before it closes. This is the final closing wrap. Here we go, green. You see what I mean? See what's going on? That's what you need to do. That is the level of expertise you need to acquire before you get into this game. Here we go, green again. Now, you need to obviously make sure you understand what price risk is. You also need to understand what credit risk is. Now, of course, they're not, you know, they are correlated or one is causing the other. That is always a big question. This is why I say that this market is like a child, right? It's very, very uncertain what it's going to do. It gets very emotional. And when you get to that level of detail, when we're looking by the minute, you need to understand what you're buying. The same way with the credit, you need to understand the credit, you need to understand the financials. You know, I was talking about the P ratio and how much money it's making and things like that. You also need to understand how, here what has a green thing like I told you. Yep, here we go. Where actually get, here we go, look at that. You see this? This is live, people. This is how money is made. This is what trading is about. Of course, take it very, very carefully, and you need to understand what you're doing, and you need to have the money to do it. But if you do it properly, we're not talking millions of dollars. We're talking $100. You go in, you go out. You go in, you go out. You go in, you go out. Here it is, green again. You see that? Here we go. So now we have established some sort of a pattern with Nvidia. Let's see if tomorrow the same thing happens. Maybe it does, maybe it don't. I don't know. But as you could see, it likes the 20-day moving average. How much more does it like it? I mean, it's closing up for the day. Now, of course, you're going to say, what? 106? We open at 106.5 and we close. What did they open at? We opened at, what did I say before? 106.2, and we're going to close that 106.8. What? That's no money. No, you don't understand. That is money. That is how hedge funds make money, right? They take those little bits of information and they make something out of it. You see what's happening? Look at it. In fact, it went through the average again. Is it going to reach above what did happen here? Yeah, we'll see, right? And look, here's a green coming up right here. This is Nvidia. We're at 106.94, and we have gone through the 20-day moving average, and we're doing just fine. Thank you very much. We'll just wait a few minutes. I think about 4 minutes left to the trading cycle for the day. So you go in, you go out. You go in, you go out. But you have to watch it all the time. This is work. This is not a walk in the park, because you got to be more right than wrong. And you're not going to be right all the time. Look, see what's happening? I am now going through my 20-day moving average, and it's now going to probably head south before. But I mean, this is close to call. I don't know who's doing the trading right now, but see, oh, here we go. Here we go. Now, obviously, this is not for the faint of heart. But then again, this is how hedge funds made their money. You know, they take a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere. I mean, they don't use it in one name at a time. They do 500 names at a time. They don't have some guy like me watching it like a hawk. They just have a bunch of trading. You have a trading algorithm that goes in that looks for that pattern and execute. Right? It says whatever I told you in plain English, whenever this thing gets above the 20-day moving average, it means that it's going to 90% of the time it's going to go below and it's going to go back up again. So we're going to sell here, and we're going to buy again here, and we're going to sell back here again. You see, it's going around. It's playing with the. That's not going to play too high. Here we go. Almost done. What time is it here? It's like you have 2 minutes left. And look at that. You see? Now it's heading south again to close. Probably gonna, tomorrow morning it's gonna be doing the same thing. Yes, sir. Here we go. And almost done. Okay, so that's the idea with this with situation. So don't forget to follow me. I'm going to be doing more of those going forward. So to see if we could pick up some pattern with Nvidia, with Tesla, a bunch of names. Obviously, we can't do all of the names, but we could do some of the names. All right, everyone. So thanks for joining us today, and we shall be back.